Hey kids, it's me, Teacher A. In this video, we're going to prove logical equivalences without truth tables. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's start. Before we can prove logically equivalent propositions, we will be needing some known or basic logical equivalences. Let us discuss first the basic logical equivalences. Okay, so let's say we have three propositions, P, Q, and R. And we also have a tautology denoted by tau and a contradiction denoted by this null set sign. Okay? Then, the following logical equivalences hold. Yan. Okay? So, napaka-overwhelming ng table na ito. Okay? So, itry nating isa-isahin. Kailangan maging familiar kayo dito sa table na ito because these are the laws that you are going to use in proving logical equivalences without truth tables. Again, this chubby double-headed arrow here, hindi ito ang if and only if. Okay? This is the symbol for logical equivalence. Okay? Actually, mas okay sana kung ito. Okay? So you can replace this chubby double-headed arrow by these three lines para siyang equal. Okay? So yung P or this symbol for contradiction is equal to or equivalent to P. Okay? So, ano ba yung identity law? Okay? So again, itong column na to, ang makikita nyo dito, ang operator ay or. Dito naman sa column na to, and naman. So ito yung conjunction, nandito ang disjunction mostly. So let's start with identity law. Okay, so means that P or this null set here, it is equivalent to P. Okay, so para mas madali yung maalala, okay, you may treat this, yung or, as union. So parang a set P union with a null set, walang laman. So the answer is the set P itself. Okay, kapag sets ang pinag-uusapan natin. Pero pwede nyo siyang i-treat na ganun para mas madali nyong ma-memorize. Parang dito. Okay? Ito naman, kunyari ito yung set, iti-treat naman ninyo yung and as intersection. So yung set P intersection with the universal set, ito yung iti-treat ninyong universal set. Yun ang pinakamalaking set under consideration. So, the set P intersection with the bigger set, ang sagot, the set P itself. Okay, again, if we're talking of sets. Okay, para mas madali nyo siyang ma-absorb yung identity law and even other laws here. Okay, i-treat nyo siya as sets. Okay, so mas madali nyo siyang makikita bakit ito yung ka-equivalent niya. Okay, so again, this chubby double-headed arrow can be written as this. 3 lines. Okay, para mas mukha siyang equal. Yung P and tau is equal to or equivalent to P. Parang ganon. Okay, or set P intersection with the universal set is the set P itself. Okay, so again, ang identity law, ang sagot, the proposition itself. Okay? Alright. Okay, yung domination law, ito, yung ating proposition P, denominate siya nung tau. Dito naman, yung proposition P, denominate siya nung null set. Alright? Okay. So, next, idempotent law. So, yung operator na or at saka and, gagamitin para makonect yung given proposition to itself. Sa sarili niya. Ito, P or P. Of course, that is obviously equivalent to P itself. Okay, ito rin, P and P, that is logically equivalent to P. Alright? Inverse law, okay, ano lang yan, using the connector or at saka and, i-connect nyo lang yung original proposition sa negation niya. Okay? Ito, this is the original proposition. Ito yung negation niya. Okay? So it's like P union, yung negation, P complement. Okay? The complement of P. So pag pinag-combine mo sila, kinuha mo yung union nila. If we're talking of sets here, the answer is the universal set. Dito naman, the set P intersection with its complement, wala silang intersection. Okay? Kaya null set ito. Okay, again, kinonsider ko lang muna yan as sets para mas madali kong makita yung sagot. Okay. Actually, in this table, ito yung mga madadali at palaging ginagamit. Okay? You have double negation. So, not, not. Okay? So, it's like negative times negative, positive P. Parang ganun lang din yon. Okay? Associative law, do not forget that kapag lang nag-change yung groupings. Okay? Kunyari ito, ang magka-group dito si Q at saka si R. Tapos naging si P at saka si Q. So you see, nag-change lang ng grouping. And take note that pare-pareho ng operator. Alright? Or. Ito rin, or. Okay? Hindi pwedeng magkaiba. Alright? Ito din magkapareho. And. Ito rin, and. So pareho. So associative law, mag-change lang ng groupings. Okay. What about commutative law? Ito yung mag-change ng position. Tingnan nyo. Si P muna, and then Q. Tapos dito naman si Q yung nauna. And then P. Okay, magsuswitch lang sila ng position. Okay, ganun din sa connector na and. P and Q is equivalent to or logically equivalent to Q and P. Ganun lang. And then, distributive law, we have, ito yung buong i-distribute ninyo. P or. I-distribute nyo sa loob dito. So, you'll have P or Q. Ito yun. Okay? And then you copy this connector, and. Tapos, i-distribute mo ulit yung P or dito sa R. So, that's why you have P or R. Ganon. Okay? So, same here. Ganon ang distributive law. Etong De Morgan's law and Switcheroo law, I discussed these two laws in my previous video. Okay? So, I actually proved them too. Okay? So, ang De Morgan's law, mabilis lang, distribute lang yung negative. Okay? But don't forget to change the operator. Yung negative ng operator na or, nagiging and. Okay? Yung negation naman ng operator na and, nagiging or. Okay? And then, itong Switcheroo law, this is another way of writing our conditional statement. Okay? So, if you want to write this as disjunction, this is how you write it. Alright? Okay. And please don't forget the absorption law. Okay. Let's have a quick review on different laws. Okay? So, question number 1. Which of the following logical equivalence is being depicted here? So, you look closely. Anong meron? Okay? So, nakita nyo? Here? Dito, ang magka-group si Q at saka R. And then, naging si P at saka si Q na. So, what do you call that law? Yung nag-change ng grouping. It is associative law. Okay, let's have another one. Okay, anong logical equivalence naman ang nagsusupport dito? So, let's inspect this logical equivalence. Okay? So, pareho, no? Q and not P. Ito, Q and not P. Tapos, or. Ayun, dito sila nagkaiba. This one, it's P and Q. Ito, Q and P. So what do you notice? They switch positions. Kapag nagpalit lang ng position, ang tawag dyan, commutative law. Alright? Let's have another one. Here, which law supports this logical equivalence? Okay, nakita nyo ba to? Yung not P or P, pinalitan ng tautology tau. Okay? So, anong tawag nga ulit kapag yung original proposition, kinonect natin with its negation? Ang tawag doon, inverse law. Alright? Okay, so paano ba nalalamang tau? I-consider nyo to as sets, union, okay? So, the set P, union with its complement. So, buong set yon, yung universal set ang magiging sagot. Okay, which is tau. Okay? Again, if you're talking of sets, para mas madali nyong ma-memorize. Alright. Okay, let's have another one. I think this is the last one. Okay? So, please study this logical equivalence. Okay, ano kayang ginawa? Okay? Which law supports this logical equivalence? Pareho naman, not P, and, this one, this negation is being distributed inside. So that's why we have not P, and then itong and na to, magiging or. Tapos itong negation na to, i-distribute ko din sa Q. That's why I have not Q. So, the law supporting this logical equivalence is De Morgan's law. Yun yung nagdi-distribute tayo ng negative or negation. Okay? Alright. So, this is the end of our review. Now, let me give you examples, okay, of proving wherein we're not going to use truth tables. Okay, we're going to use the laws that we had kanina. All right? Okay, let's have this one. We're going to verify the logical equivalence of this proposition. Okay? So, madali muna ang ibibigay ko. Given lahat ng proposition, all you have to do is to supply the reason. Okay? Supply the law, okay, supporting each proposition here. Okay? So, let's do that. Okay, so this is our given. Ito, if P then Q and not Q. Ito yun. So, reason is given. It's very easy. Now, we have this. Anong nangyari? Okay? We replace if P then Q by not P or Q. This is exactly the Switcheroo law. Okay, this is writing this conditional statement as disjunction. Okay, next. Okay, this is the next step. Anong ginawa? You see, nag-switch ang not Q at saka itong nasa loob ng parenthesis. Ayan o, not Q and itong nasa loob ng parenthesis. If they switch positions, ang reason dyan ay commutative law. Hindi associative. Okay, take note that. Okay, associative kapag nag-change ng groupings. Hindi naman nag-change ng groupings dito. Ang magka-group pa rin dito ay si not P at saka si Q. Ayan o. Okay, so ang nangyari lang dito, nag-switch lang ng position. So that's why we have commutative law here. Okay, what's next? Ito. Ano nangyari? Dinistribute yung not Q and. Diba? Not Q and not P. That's why we have here. Tapos we copy this connector or. Right? So, tapos we distribute not Q and Q dito. Okay? So the reason, distributive law. Okay? And then next step. So madali lang kapag given yung proposition dito. Okay? Next, so naging contradiction notation. Ito, not Q and Q. Okay? Anong tawag ulit doon? Kapag pinag-connect ninyo or pinag-combine ninyo yung original proposition and its negation. Ang tawag doon, inverse law. Right? What about here? Okay? This is our proposition connected to a contradiction notation. Okay? Using the word or. And the answer is our proposition itself. This one is supported by the identity law. Okay? And then, what's the next step? What is the reason here? Anong nangyari? They switch positions, right? So, this is commutative law. Alright? And then, you can take the negation outside. Okay? If you do that, magiging original proposition ito, si Q din, magiging original Q, And please don't forget that itong and magiging or. Okay? Anong reason? Ito yung kabaliktaran naman ng De Morgan's Law. Okay, di ba ang De Morgan's Law, dito tayo sanay, yung magdi-distribute, baliktad ginawa Ito, naka-distribute na and then ilalagay mo sa labas yung negation. Okay? So, madali lang kapag nakabigay ang proposition. Let's try another example kung saan hindi nakabigay ang proposition. Tayo ang gagawa niyan. Okay? Let's verify the logical equivalence. Ito. This complex expression can be simplified to Q only. Let us see. So, of course, ang una natin, given. Right? Itong left-hand side. Kokopyahin ko lang. Okay? Then, here. I'm going to write if Q then P in this form. Okay? So, ano ang tawag doon? Writing the conditional statement into a disjunction form. Switcheroo law. Okay? And then, I think we can distribute this negation here. Yeah? Magiging not or negative of negative Q. Tapos ito magiging and. Tapos magiging negative P. Right? Here. Oh, ginawa ko na siyang positive Q. Kasi negative of negative Q. Dalawa ang reason dyan. Okay? Ito, ipapakita ko sa inyo na pwede namang sabay niyong gawin. Pero, dalawa dapat ang reason dito. Una, De Morgan's, because you distributed this negative or negation sign here. Right? Distribute mo. Tapos, what is the other reason? Diba, after distributing this negative sign here, you have negative of negative Q. Paano siya naging positive? By double negation. So, here. So, dalawang reason. Kung ayaw nyo ng dalawang reasons, pwede naman paghiwalay nyo ng steps ito. So, dalawa agad step. Una muna, De Morgan's law, distribute nyo muna. Okay, and then, hindi pa positive si Q, magiging negative of negative Q. Okay, tapos yung next step, positive na yung Q. Dun pa lang yung double negation. Okay, so pwede naman ganun. Okay, next step. Anong nangyari? Ito, same naman. Kinopya ko lang. Or, same. Ito. Nag-switch sila ng position. So, justified by commutative law. And then, what's next? Here. It happened here. Okay? Nakita nyo? Ito yung other way naman ng distributive law. Kita nyo? Parang finactor out ko yung Q and. Ito, Q and. Tingnan nyo, i-distribute nyo ulit ito pabalik. Magiging ganito. Right? It becomes Q and negative P or not P. Ito yun. Okay, and then copy or. Okay, and then Q and P. Ito yun. Okay? So, ito yung other way na distributive law. And then, itong not P or P, anong sagot dyan? So, para tong union, right? Yung P complement union with P. So, it becomes the universal set. Okay? Kung set ang pinag-uusapan natin. Pero kung logic, tau ang sagot dito. Okay? So, that is justified by, what do you call again? The law kung saan pinagko-combine natin yung original proposition and its negation. Inverse law. Okay? And then finally, anong sagot dito? Q intersection with the universal set. It is Q. Okay? It is justified by identity law. Right? Kasi the proposition itself yung sagot. And see, we're able to prove that this proposition, okay, is logically equivalent, ito yung sign, right, to Q. Okay? So again, this chubby double-headed arrow is the notation for logical equivalence. Okay? Let's try this last example. Okay? So I have here 3 letters or 3 propositions, P, Q, R. Okay? We're not going to use truth tables here. We're going to use the different laws that we discussed kanina. Okay. So, first proposition. Okay, given. Ito. Okay? You may want to start with the other side. Pwede rin kayo ditong mag-start. Okay? Okay, nasanay lang ako na dito sa left-hand side nagsa-start. Okay, pero pwede naman kayo mag-start sa right-hand side. Baka mas madali pa. Okay? So now, if I have this, okay, I can write this conditional statement into a disjunction. How? By negating the hypothesis, ito yun. Okay? Or R, like that. Okay? So this is justified by Switcheroo law. Okay? And then, we can distribute this negation dito sa loob. Magiging ganito. Right? Okay. This is supported by De Morgan's law. And then what's next? Here. Okay? Bakit ako nag-add ng R dito? Kasi kailangan ko to. Kailangan meron silang makapair pareho na R. Okay? So I need one more R. Okay? So, is this valid? Yeah. Diba? Meron tayong law kung saan kinocombine natin yung original proposition to itself. Right? Ang tawag doon, idempotent law. Okay? Okay. Next, we have this. Anong nangyari? Nagkaroon ng changes sa groupings. Kung kanina ito yung magkaka-group, ngayon ang magka-group na si not Q at R. Okay? So kapag nag-change ng groupings, associative law ang tawag. Alright? Okay. And then, tingnan nyo to. Anong ginawa ko? So, ganun pa rin, not P here, andito pa rin yung R. Ang nangyari sa loob ng parenthesis, pinag-switch ko ng position. Si R at si negative Q. Ito oh. Okay? Pag nag-switch ng position, what do you call that law? Commutative law. And then, tingnan nyo to. So, what do you notice here? Nag-change ng grouping. So, it is associative. Okay, and then finally, ito naman yung other way ng Switcheroo law. Okay, if you have not P or R, you can write this as a conditional. It becomes, if P, then R. Ganun din dito. You can write this as conditional. If Q, then R. Ganyan. Okay? This is by Switcheroo law again. And this is the other statement here. So, yeah, that's how you prove logical equivalence using different laws. Okay? Without using the truth table. Okay? So, anong gagawin? Kailangan maging familiar kayo doon sa different laws na diniscuss natin. Okay? So, I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.